It's Valentine's Day 2019, and it's our first Valentine's Day being married. Our love is full of miracles, and I want to quickly remind you of those miracles. So, backtrack all the way to when I started college. I was looking for a study abroad opportunity because my mom always bragged about hers and I needed to have my own. So I found one, went to China, did the thing. When I was in China, I met some Danish people at church, kept in touch with them through Facebook, and fast forward 3 years later, graduating from college at the same time as my brother, our parents give us a graduation trip. We're thinking, where should we go? And then I remembered my friends kept inviting me to this youth conference for young single adults in the church. And I thought, well, why not? We go to this conference, make some friends, and then travel around Europe for a month visiting our new friends. So we made those plans. We were going to go to Denmark, Germany, and Paris, France. We go to Denmark. I'm on that soccer field just socializing, and you come up to me and greet me with this big white smile. And we become friends very quickly because you're really funny and nice, and it's easy to be around you. So then fast forward to the end of the week of the conference, I come to talk to you as a friend for my other friend that wants to go to the gala night with you. Thought, no problem, I'll hook her up. But then you tell me that you're going with me. So confused. So I said, no, that can't happen because that's mean. But we end up spending the whole gala night together anyway. And then somehow in your, well, at that time, 26 years, 25 years of life, you've only kissed a few girls, and then you asked to kiss me. That made me feel so special. I was really blown away by that. I was like, okay, he's only kissed a few girls, and he might never see me again. I'm this American girl, and he's only known me for a week, and not from Sweden, because you're from Sweden, not from Denmark, not from anywhere close, but you're willing to give up that important kiss to me. That was big. So that definitely sparked my interest. We kept in touch while I was kind of traveling around Denmark still. And then you kept telling me I need to come to Sweden. Well, lucky enough, my brother got sick, and it was really scary actually. And we didn't know what our plans were anymore because he had to keep going to doctors, and he wasn't really able to travel the way he was planning on before. So when you said, oh, well, we live with the doctor. If anything happens, it's fine. We'll take care of him, because my brother couldn't go home. Well, we didn't arrange for him to go home early. So I felt so much better coming to visit you. How about that? And then we get to spend, at least another week together. And that was just the best time ever because I really got to know you and the light that you have for life, and it sparked something in my heart, even though I wasn't sure if we were a romantic connection or not yet. Which to me, it means even more that you did this to me. You sparked a place in my soul, my heart, my mind that was asleep, and you woke me up. And I think I'm already full of life and a go-getter and ready to tackle the world, but you made me that much more invigorated to live and that much more happy. That was really impressive. I was so inspired by you, not going into details why, but especially when you were talking about your mission and how much you loved serving others. Thought you were the best person I had ever met. And so our week was over, but next miracle, you served your mission in St. George, Utah, and I'm working in Salt Lake City, Utah. So we keep in touch, and we figure out that you're going to come visit your mission people and me. And we spend a month together. Not the best because I wasn't the best host. Well, I was nice, but not ready for a long distance relationship. So we had fun, but probably not as much fun as we could have had if I would have been ready for that kind of commitment. Then we don't really talk, and that's really sad. But the biggest miracle of all, the following year, because I had talked up Festa Nord, the youth conference, so much, my friends wanted to go. So they basically were the reason that we ever saw each other again. Oh, and then I was trying to back out last minute because it was spending a lot of money. And at this point I had decided to serve a mission myself. And so I needed to save up that money to go on my mission. And I was nervous about seeing you. And I wasn't feeling social like I was the year before. So I didn't really want to see people in general. And this was only a social trip. So that was going to be a hard task for me. But my mom was like, buck up, you've already paid for half of it. If you hate it, you can just go and tour Sweden or Norway again like you did last time. Because this conference was in Sweden this year, your hometown. So then I went anyways because good old mom's advice. When we went that week from ignoring each other at the beginning, like not ignoring, but avoiding each other, to not wanting to be separated at the end. Who would have guessed that? Big shocker there. Actually, it is a big shocker. We're friends again and picked up where we left off. And the biggest thing that happened that week was the Thursday testimony meeting. There was 2 testimony meetings and somehow we ended up in the same one. You got up to bear your testimony and I just remembered that part of you that I fell in love with in the beginning, that spirit that you have. It's so beautiful. I was like, okay, we need to fix something here. I need to talk to him. So I just messaged you a heart and you were like, wait for me. We're going to talk after this. So we had a good conversation and I opened up to you about things that had been going wrong in my life that I hadn't told anyone in like the past 6 months. That was a big deal. And that's kind of when I knew like, what's going on? I already couldn't do this long distance relationship, but now I'm like falling for this guy again. That's so unfair of me. Luckily, you were taking risks too and made sure that you went to Norway with me and my group that was going to Norway. Even though there was several caravans going that way, you made sure that you were in my caravan and 2 cars, my car. Thanks, babe. We got some good quality time. You started flirting and you were tantalizing me by flirting with other girls and watching my reactions. And then you were making fake conversations when I was gone, going to the bathroom and ending those conversations right when I got there to make me think that you were talking about me. Yeah, I found that out. So yeah, this week was really vital to building up. Norway, just building up our romance. Norway did us a good one. And we went on that hike and we were talking the whole time. We basically lost everyone else. We were just spending all our time together. And that hike was 9 hours. So we got some good quality time there. We drank some creek water or something. That was a miracle probably, because that was probably some love potion water. Anyway, so we ended that trip and like, what the heck? Not talking about anything, but all that, what do they say? All those, it was tense feelings. Not passion, but like maybe some passion. Anyways, we did not want to be separated. And the trip was over and we were driving back, dropping everyone off along the way. I was supposed to be dropped off in Oslo. And and then you were gonna take the cars back to Sweden, and I just couldn't fathom the thought of being separated from you. So you're like, if you were my girlfriend, you wouldn't have a choice. That was a turn on. I love your assertiveness. I've loved it since day one when you first met me on that soccer field. And I was like, okay, I need to go back with him. Because I want to be his girlfriend. And then I think it was, so I didn't even think about it after that. I was just going back with you. I didn't know how I was going to get back to Oslo. Well, you said I could take a bus, so I figured, okay, we'll make that work. So that was the plan. I went back with you. And that night, I think it was that night, I was supposed to leave the next day back to Oslo. But that night, we kissed again for the first time in a year. And it was the best kiss of my life. Oh man, it was so good. We were just like this for the longest time. And you were like, what are you thinking? And I said, I don't remember what I said. But we finally kissed, and I have been wanting that for days, if not the weeks. And then the next day, we spent all day together. I thought I was your girlfriend. We didn't talk about it though still. We didn't talk about our feelings at all. So it was all up in the air. Like, what were we thinking? And then I was supposed to take a bus back to Oslo. You dropped me off at the bus station. There's platforms on the first floor and the second floor. My bus was on the first floor, I think. And you took me up to the second floor. Or it was the other way around. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that I was on the wrong floor. So, although it was 10 p.m. something at night, and how many buses would be going to Oslo? Probably not more than one. Well, there was. And so I missed my bus because I was in line for the wrong Oslo bus. Great. So I run to my bus, and my bus is gone. So I run back to the other bus that's supposed to be leaving at the same time, but somehow it stalled, maybe because of me. And I start crying to the bus driver, let me on. This is my only way home. I need to go back to America. My flight's in Oslo. He would not let me on, even though I was bawling. So my life kind of ended right there at that moment because I had never been in a situation like that. But then you come to save me, and I go back to your place, and somehow I'm going to figure it out the next day. But that night, we finally talk about us. And I asked you, well, I'm going on a mission. So, and I still feel right about that. So, if I go on a mission, will you support me? And without hesitation, you said yeah. And so then I was just like, okay, I will commit to this because I don't want to lose this guy. And since then, we've been in a relationship. I served my mission. That's like, what? Long distance relationships are hard enough. But then our age too, like mid-20s, going on 30s, me leaving for 1.5 years to serve a mission with limited contact 1 day a week for a few hours and not any video chat, just emailing. That was so hard. I really knew I loved you. Well, I knew that before I went on my mission, and that's why I committed to you. Even though I still felt right about going on my mission. I knew that it would work out with us, just as it has. Even though it was so hard for us, it only brought us closer. And it brought me closer with your family because they emailed me too. So many miracles within that experience. Me serving my mission and us staying committed to each other. And you supporting me through that with your missionary experiences, me getting to hear more about your mission, what I love so much in the first place about you, and connecting in that way. It was just indescribably awesome. And then I come home and you propose to me, and now we're married, and it's amazing. And it's really hard too, because we're not technically allowed to live together. Neither of our countries, well, we haven't worked on America yet, but we're not legally allowed to live in each other's countries. But we're working on that, and I know that's gonna take more miracles. And I know that our whole life together, our whole eternity together, is gonna be full of so many more miracles. I'm just really excited to see what miracles that we can achieve together. And I'm so in love with our past, present, and future. We've dealt with some really tough things already, but we can feel each other's love and commitment, and I trust you so much. I love you so much. You're my everything. I hope you enjoy this and can look back on this and feel my love for you and cherish even the hard times, even the crazy times, and definitely the good times whenever we're together. Even on FaceTime though, it's good. We're just good together. I love you, babe. I gotta go meet up with you, and I'm kind of getting late, so this has got to be done. Bye.